Hello everyone, welcome back to Madrid Pulse, your home for all things in Real Madrid. When the going gets tough, Madrid gets better. And today's Club World Cup clash proved exactly that. Despite being down to 10 men after just 7 minutes, Los Blancos delivered a masterclass of resilience, precision, and character. From Courtois' saves to Huijsen's defensive brilliance and Gonzalo's attacking spark, Madrid showed why they never fold under pressure. Let's dive into the full story of Real Madrid's dramatic win over Pachuca. Asensio's sending off in the 7th minute reshaped the Whites, supported by Courtois, Huijsen, and Valverde, to beat Pachuca with ease. Gonzalo was once again decisive in attack. Real Madrid brought out their best when things were looking tough. Down early on due to Asensio's unnecessary sending off, Real Madrid never stopped searching for the crucial victory to advance to the round of 16. They achieved this with fast, vertical, precise, and low-touch attacks. They also had the comfort of having Courtois in goal, dominant, Valverde dominating in all aspects, and Huijsen as the defensive boss and source of play from the back. A reliable trio. Even though the opponent was weak, Real Madrid's response was not lacking in merit. The greater the adversity, the better the Madrid. All the poise and confidence that Raúl Asensio displayed in his first steps as a Real Madrid player has vanished in this Club World Cup. Real Madrid's second match, supposedly the easiest, turned into a nightmare for the Canary Islands center-back, who lost his line with Huijsen, conceded the lead to the eternal Salomon Rondon, and made things worse by trying to fix it, grabbing the Venezuelan. Red card. He was out in the 7th minute or 83 minutes with one less man for Real Madrid. Ugly scenario. So, little can be gleaned from XABI Alonso's initial gamble without Rodrigo and with Arda Güler in midfield. What we can, however, assess is the reaction of the Real Madrid team and their manager. Brave. He held Tchouaméni back and reduced his presence in midfield to avoid taking forwards away. Vinicius and Gonzalo were up front. It could have gone wrong, because in a counter-attack that Huijsen was close to thwarting, Courtois had to perform a miracle with 2 shots, one from Kennedy and another from Bautista. The Belgians sustained Real Madrid, who, after the break due to the stifling heat, responded well to XABI Alonso's touch. The manager brought Valverde into the middle and shifted Gonzalo to the left, freeing Vinicius from the constraints of the wing. The Uruguayan launched a counter-attack with a vertical pass. The striker unloaded first time to Fran Garcia, and the fullback's run led to the inside channel where Jude Bellingham burst through with that elegant, unstoppable stride to make it 0-1 with his left foot. Quick vertical play, support and running, with 1 or 2 touches, finished with precision. As in the second, with Vinny opening to Trent, a first-time cross to the middle, another exquisite first-touch pass from Gonzalo, and Arda from behind, shot across the net with his right foot. With 10 men, 0-2. Pachuca felt the shock. They hadn't played badly, with Pallavicino in the middle, Rondon showing skill, and Kennedy, Robert, looking to get behind Trent on the left. But their coach had to do something to try to come back with a superior lead after the break. He brought on Cabral to close with 3 central defenders and Kennedy, John, to double the attackers. The Tuzos grew, especially attacking down the left flank once again with Courtois as the last frontier. The Belgian denied them all, saving the Mexicans' attempted comeback. The defensive effort took its toll on the Real Madrid midfielders. It forced a response from XABI Alonso, who brought Modric and Ceballos onto the pitch to win possession back. It proved a miracle. Madrid stretched out their possession and looked for the depth of Vinicius, a constant threat even if he lacks finesse. It took him a while to find the decisive opportunity, but he fell in with Huijsen's demonstration of his quality. He came out to the halfway line with his head held high and slipped the perfect through ball to Vinny, who waited for more attackers to arrive. He unloaded on Valverde, and the Uruguayan linked up with Brahim to seal the match. Fortunately, Pachuca pulled one back with a long-range shot from Montiel that Tchouaméni deflected, but Madrid didn't suffer too much, with Rudiger on the pitch to close with 3 and Huijsen multiplying his efforts in defense. A worthy victory, marred at the end by an incident between Antonio Rudiger and Cabral, possibly involving racism. The Club World Cup has just begun for the Whites. Real Madrid played better with 10 men against Pachuca than with 11 against Al Hilal. Although small, this Real Madrid is taking steady steps under XABI Alonso, who is making important decisions. One of them is giving Arda Güler the lead. The Turk has wanted to conquer the world since he arrived at Real Madrid 2 years ago, but Ancelotti wouldn't let him. With XABI, things seem different, and he's willing to let him show whether he's worth it or not for Real Madrid. And it seems he is. After turning Madrid upside down in the first game, he led the team's attacking play in the second and capped off his performance with a great goal. XABI doesn't mind taking risks either. He kept 10 players and didn't drop Gonzalo, the breakthrough player at this Club World Cup. He also doesn't mind bringing in a youth player, Victor Munoz, for players who presumably have more experience. Madrid is on the rise, and positive news is starting to pile up right now. Another is the signing of Huijsen, a center-back for more than a decade. His signing is a great achievement, given that he was under Guardiola's radar in the Premier League. Madrid, with 10 men from the 7th minute, considerably improved their game compared to the match against Al Hilal. They played more football, had more intensity, and also had better accuracy. Thibaut Courtois, who returned to his best form and put in an impressive performance, helped the plan work better. The Madrid goalkeeper put up a wall and went to the locker room at the end of the match with 6 impressive saves, most of them in response to long-range shots. With 2 years approaching since his cruciate ligament injury, it's likely that in the 2025-26 season, Real Madrid will once again enjoy the best form of the world's best goalkeeper. Like Courtois, Valverde is a player you can always rely on. He started the match on the right wing and, as soon as Madrid were reduced to 10 men, he activated Roadrunner mode to make the numerical disadvantage invisible. The Uruguayan performed brilliantly on and off the ball. Increasingly like a captain, he capped his performance with a superb goal in the 70th minute, making it 3-0. Rodrigo's disappearance was surprising. The Brazilian started in the World Cup opener against Al Hilal, but after being substituted at halftime, there was no sign of him. We'll see if what happened after the Cup final is repeated, but the reality is that Rodrigo's future is generating increasing doubts in the Real Madrid team. With Mbappé unable to play, Gonzalo has overtaken him on the right at this World Cup. And with Mastantuono waiting to arrive in Madrid on August 14th. Madrid went all in on Huijsen's signing and didn't hesitate to pay 58 million euros before the end of May. The figure was surprising given that his name had only been around for a few months, but Real Madrid were convinced the outlay would be worth it. 4 appearances for the national team and 2 for Real Madrid have been enough to prove that Huijsen is a player who could make his mark. It's been a long time since a center-back had such a good ability to get the ball out of his pocket. It's strange that Guardiola would let a player like that slip away. The German had knee surgery in early May and confirmed he'd be at the Club World Cup. No sooner said than done. In record time, Rudiger has recovered and is already on the pitch. He played 15 minutes against Pachuca and has a good chance of starting next Thursday against RB Salzburg. XABI regains one of the key players in the dressing room, a player who can complement Huijsen very well, but who needs to watch his temper. He can't get into trouble every game.